Hey, well, this is Zaccheus with another live word of the day, and I thank you for tuning in. And if you're coming in for the first time, I thank you. If you've been consistently supporting me, I thank you as well. Well, on today's episode, I'm talking about the Devil's Playground, and I'm relating that to the industry, music industry. And the thing is that it seems to me when you, as an artist, and you sign to the biggest record labels, and you break silence about not getting your royalties. You break silence about not getting what is owed to you. And you go against the grain. You started to bring lawsuits up against certain powers that be. All of a sudden, now, you're sabotaged. All of a sudden now, you allegations are brought against you. Been put in prison for a long period of time, or get taken out by the gang stalkers, or you get taken out. Whoever's watching you, they send people to watch you. Yeah. You call it me a conspiracy theorist if I bring all these things up, but not everything that you see is what it is. Not everything that you see and hear is what it is. Sometimes it's more than meet the eyes. Sometimes it's more deep than you meet the eyes. We just lost some recent artists, but some particular artists like Angie Stone, I have to say, died mysteriously. 9 people in the vehicle, and she's the only one that lost her life. And she was planning to sue UMG, but yet she lost her life before that she can see that happen. 9 people in the vehicles, but she wound up dying. Same thing happened to Left Eye. And I'm gonna just share something. I share small clips. I have some clips. I'm gonna share them with you. Yeah. D'Angelo and I were very good friends, but I need for you to know that as wonderful as that friendship has been, it came with a lot of challenges. And I'll tell you the nature of the industry based on a secret that I recently found out from someone who is credible, that let me in on some things that I didn't know even up until lately. And I have to tell you, it was shocking just to find out. But in any event, I will share them with you and let you know, the devil don't play fair. No, this is not Angie Stone's life story, but what it is, of course. No, she's talking about D'Angelo, the artist. Came out in the early 2000s. Early 2000s. She married him. They had a child. Daughter's older now, much older now. Um, Married the year 1990. D'Angelo married Angie Stone in 1990, and they had a moment at the time, early 2000s, came up with some debut album, hit Billboard 200 Billboard charts. He won Grammy Award, Best Male R&B Vocal in the early 2000s. But he had some issues with the record labels because, see, the game is a fickle industry, and when you sign. Like most artists would tell you, Michael Jackson can tell you, the late great Michael Jackson would tell you, and so on other artists would tell you. that you're signing your soul. And the industry has a way of presenting things to you, like party drugs and so forth and so forth. Party drugs and rituals that you must do to stay on top. And D'Angelo had personal struggles, including substance abuse, have limited D'Angelo's music career and output of his music because of the substance abuse, and was arrested for driving under the influence in 2006. He also failed two stints in rehab. So D'Angelo went through some heavy struggles in his life, and the industry has a way of introducing you introducing you to things, introducing you to things like drugs, introducing you to things cause, or they play with your emotions, know that you're weak in certain areas, and that's how the devil gets you. And the industry has a way of presenting things to you, like party drugs and so forth and so forth. Party drugs and rituals that you must do to stay on top. And D'Angelo had personal struggles, including substance abuse, have limited D'Angelo's music career and output of his music because of the substance abuse, and was arrested for driving under the influence in 2006. He also failed two stints in rehab. So D'Angelo went through some heavy struggles in his life, and the industry has a way of introducing you introducing you to things, introducing you to things like drugs, introducing you to things cause, or they play with your emotions, know that you're weak in certain areas, and that's how the devil gets you. See, the industry is like this. They use you up, and then when they use you up, they spit you out. Same way what they do to a lot of artists. What they do is like they have these young artists, trap artists, drill rap artists, and they want to fuel the music with violence and guns and killing each other, and glorify that gangster life and glorify gangster life. And it's a way to connect it to the prisons, and it's a way for them to promote, fuel negativity to our young people. Because anything that's positive, they shoot down and they don't get the play. And the same thing with our women too. They want women in a sexual, scantily clad. All the hip hop artists, female, and a mostly in sexually talking about sexual and talking about sex, and that's what they want to promote. Um, Sexuality to for the fullest, scantily clad, dressed in the horism. That's what they want the female hip hop artists to dress these days. That's why certain artists like Rhapsody don't get played like that, because she's lyrical, but she doesn't fit the quote unquote agenda for the industry to push the music, because she's coming with positivity and consciousness, and they want you to come with negativity. Negativity to fuel the is a way to fuel the youth with anger, violence, mayhem, and the women overly driven sexual. And it's an agenda that the industry has to control our people and have them and fill out our airwaves with mayhem and chaos and confusion and distractions. So when you come with positivity in your music and come with a positive message like the gospel, it doesn't get the push. It don't get the play. But when you come with the violence, that how they want our young people to look as an agenda, how they want our young people to look, and how they want what the young people to sing about. The devil And I say it before, and I said it before in the past, the devil has his hand in hip hop. The devil, long time, has his hand in hip hop. The devil controls the industry, has a huge hand for the longest time in the industry. And this is why whenever an artist stands out and speak out, they're sabotaged, all type of allegations come against them, and a lot of times, if they don't die, they don't get killed or they don't die, you don't hear from them in a long time. You see, the year between 1978 and 1979, Angie Stone was in a rap group. One of the first, he was probably practically, and during the golden era, the first, one of the first rap groups to fuel hip hop. People don't know that. A lot of people don't know that, but it's true. He started out rapping first, and then she also was part of the evolution of neo soul, and she helped many people's career. She helped Mariah Carey's career. Um, she was the one that helped her get signed to the major one of the major record labels. She was able to help Mariah Carey get out there, get her name out there, and she helped many people's career. She helped Mariah Carey's career. Um, she was the one that helped her get signed to the major one of the major record labels. She was able to help Mariah Carey get out there, get her name out there, and she helped. And Angie Stone was also a woman that, although she was what she put out music, she also during the last years believed, got closer to God, got close to the Lord, got close to God, and didn't know this, but you see, people remember these things when in 1991, when P. Diddy was going through a situation with the stampede that happened in the school, that few people lost their lives, and all fingers were pointing at him, and he was in trouble, he came to Angie Stone for prayer and asked her, can you please pray for me? And she did. She did pray for him. You see, P. Diddy was a different person during those times. But as time went on, he played too long with the devil, played too long on the devil's playground. And the devil figured out his weakness, partying. The devil figured out his weakness. And that's the partying, doing all type of, getting into all type of things. And he changed, his spirit changed, his character changed. And that's what the devil will do. He will feed you. The industry knows you. It's like the devil. They know your weakness. And they say, I know how to get him. And then they fuel your weakness with all type of things that they know that can get you, that can get you hooked. And Diddy was hooked to the industry. Never been, the devil got him hooked, and he was never the same. And that changed him forever. So when he decided, as years passed by, he decided to sue the liquor for exploiting black people, and he won the case. Diego, he won the case against Diego. Diego exposed Diddy with the tapes, with Cassie, exposed Diddy and destroyed his career, destroyed his reputation, and landed him in prison because he went against the grain. He went against the powers that be, the evil forces, and that landed him in prison. Because before then, if he didn't sue Diego for racism, none of this would have been leaked. But because he did, this is why, and he did, and because he did, played too long on the devil's playground, did not say, you know what, I'm going to turn to God and I'm going to not play in the devil's playground. He did. The industry got him hooked, and he dabbled in things he shouldn't have dabbled in, got beside himself, And that's Satan. Satan allows you to get beside yourself, thinking that the riches and the glamour that come to you is a blessing, but could be it's a curse. It's not always a blessing when you see that you get to that high level and that pedestal. You have to do things. So it's not a blessing. You have to do things, rituals and sacrifices just to be on top. And that's not a blessing. The same blessing turned around and now is a curse to him. And now he's locked up. Same thing with R&B singer R. Kelly. R. Kelly wanted his legal rights to his masters and wanted certain things done on his behalf, but the label wouldn't go for it. So what they did, the devil, the devil presented what his weakness is, and the devil knows your weakness. The enemy knows your weakness. So what the enemy does, this is what the industry does. What the enemy does, he fuels you with your weakness. He put the weakness right in front of you, and you're weak. He knows your weakness, and he allows you. And because you're not following Christ, and you allow the industry to take over your soul, the enemy, the devil, puts your weakness in front of you, and then you fall. Then you fall. You dabble in things you should not be dabbling in. You find out doing things that you think you wouldn't do, but you did it. You find yourself doing things that you shouldn't be doing because you let the devil take over your mind. You let the industry control your soul. And now, R. Kelly's serving some time, a huge amount of time, because he went against. He dabbled it. He was exposed. He dabbled in the devil's playground. He allowed the devil to take over his soul, and he's serving time because of that. This is what I would tell artists today. This is what I would tell artists today that's trying to create. You're creating music still, and we know we don't have to rely on the record label. We have social media we can create our own, market our own music, and don't have to rely on the record label, because these record labels, these 360 deals, and they own your masters, they own everything, and now they own you. But now we have the power of social media, where we can, at any time, any given time, when we create music, we can post it on our social media platforms. We have, um, CD Baby, Discord. We can release our music on those platforms for independent artists and put music out, but make it then, and then we package it and try to market it, have a budget for marketing, and be independent. We don't have to rely on record labels. We could just be dependent, and we can own it. We can have more control, more control. Just be consistent. Keep working on your craft, and put your music out there, and somebody's gonna resonate with it. Somebody's gonna resonate with your music. Somebody's gonna like your music. Not everybody's gonna like it, but somebody's gonna like it because you're putting it out there. You gotta make sure you put out quality music. Make sure you put out quality music, and and keep working at it. Keep working. Keep working. Keep working. Keep working. Don't give up. Don't give up, and keep working. Yeah, it's cold out there, man. I've been out there for a little while. Uh, the weather's getting better, but I'm trying to take it easy today. But so always work on your craft. Me, I'm building something with YouTube. Um, Always work on your craft. Be independent. Don't rely on no company. Depend on a company to put you out there. Sign contracts, and now you're putting all this work in. Like what Angie Stone did, she put a lot of work in. A lot of artists did. They put a lot of work in their craft. Make money for the label. just to get bamboozled, just to get royalties that's not owed to you. A lot of artists went through that over the years. And because they spoke up, there's some foul play. That's why they're not here today. Because they spoke up. They played too long and the devil's playground. 2 Corinthians chapter 11 verses 14. And no wonder Satan disguised himself as an angel of the light. Now, Satan always disguises himself Moses as the angel of the light, deceiving us, thinking that we have all the comfort in the world, we have all the blessings what the world have to offer, all the blessings that come from the earth. Satan presents him as a light. He comes as a light, disguises himself as an angel of light, deceiving many. This is why we have to pray and get close to the Lord. We got to intercede with God, because if we don't, the devil was going to come like a roaring lion and eat us up. You see, the devil disguises himself as an angel of light, and he presents our weaknesses. We all have our struggles. We all have our battles and our struggles, our weaknesses. And but Satan presents that in front of us. And then our spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. We fall. We fall. And now we're in the devil's playground. And once you're in the devil's playground, he can manipulate you, and you find yourself doing things that you don't even think that you would do. This is why we got to stay grounded in the things of the Lord. This is why we got to keep praying and keep asking God for guidance and direction before you make any decision. Because you ever went and jumped and did something and you realize you made a big mistake? You didn't pray about it. You didn't ask God to guide you, but yet it was a mistake that you know that, man, I should have prayed about this. I jumped and I did it, and that was a mistake. Now I'm in confusion. And it was presented to you very nice. It was presented to you and packaged, and you believed what you heard. You believed and you put money into it, and you believed in it, not knowing that it was not knowing that it caused you to lose, not knowing that later on that you realize that you made a mistake. This is why even when we get in a relationship, romantic relationship, we gotta pray before you. Let God show you the way. Let God show you the way. Let God guide you. Let him guide you. Because gifts are dangled in front of us, and we want it. You want it. But if it's not from the Lord, we jump and we take it, it'd be a big mistake. It'd be a huge mistake. And Lord knows, I can raise my hand. I made many mistakes in jumping and asking God and I jumped and did things, and it was not the Spirit of the Lord, and it wound up being, it didn't work, things didn't work out, and it wound up being a confusion. And it was sounded good, it was presented good, but it was not good. It was Satan luring me in. And Satan lured a lot of artists in. Some are here, some are serving time. Playing in the devil's playground is like a scam. It's presented very nice, very shiny, very pretty, very beautiful. Satan comes like an angel of light, very beautiful, very beautiful, but it's deceiving. It may think it's good for you. It may think it's wonderful. This is wonderful. It sounds good. Sounds great. I want to get into it. Not knowing that it's to your demise. Not knowing that the very thing that you thought was beautiful ruined your life. Ruined your life. Whether it's a business, what it is a business that you shouldn't have got yourself into, now you're drowning in debt, whether it's somebody, a person that deceived you thinking that they were the right one for you, not knowing that you wish you would have never met them because they ruined your life. And come like an angel of light, not only to deceive you because you dabbled in the devil's playground. God, there's many red flags that have been put up, many warnings and signals that God gives you because it presents itself beautiful. That's why we got to listen to the Spirit of the Lord. Sometimes we ignore it. When God says to you, deep down in your spirit, nah, that's not right, it's not for you, that's the Spirit of the Lord giving you warning. Not to sign that dotted line for that label. Not to sign that 360 deal, that record label that's a 360 deal. That sounds sweet. You're gonna get your music out there. And a lot of artists fall for that. A lot of few artists we fall for that. That not knowing that if you don't represent, you owe back all that debt up to your neck. And if you don't pay that debt back, you'll be in the poorhouse. You'll be in the poorhouse because you failed to read the dotted line. You failed to do the right thing and get an attorney to look over the contract because you were so excited you jumped into the devil's playground without hesitation because you got excited. You moved too fast. You didn't wait on the Lord. You didn't wait for the answer from the Lord. You moved too quick and you moved too fast. It happens to a lot of us. Sometimes we move too quick, whether it's dealing with trying to get into a romantic relationship, whether it's maybe some friendships that you shouldn't have gotten yourself into, but now their drama becomes your drama because you realize that certain people around you is toxic, or maybe you got involved too deeply into a family member's drama and it got too toxic for you, and now you can't get yourself up because their drama just become your drama. And God gives us warning signals, but sometimes we want to play into the devil's playground. Sometimes we just want to try it. Sometimes we want to get on those swings. Sometimes we want to get on those slides and play with the devil. You know, when the devil got you in his clutch, you wish you never entered that playground. So the live word of the day is coming out of James chapter 4, verse 7. Submit yourselves therefore to God. Resist the devil and he will flee from you. Submit yourselves therefore to God and resist the devil and he will flee from you. But this is Zaccheus. What another live word of the day. God bless and be safe out there. And if you like what I shared, smash that like button. Also, subscribe to my channel. I got more coming for you. Got more coming for you. God bless. Peace and blessings. And stay safe.